What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? This is me from the garage. It looks like it's smoking, but it's actually like incense right there for those people that think funny. But yeah, so out here in the garage, and I was thinking about the one time let me see, I guess it was a few months ago when I had the opportunity to participate in a movie as an extra in the movie with Don Cheadle. It was called No Sudden Movement. And it was real cool being on the set and everything, seeing famous actors and all that. It was really cool. But during the COVID thing, that was the only caveat. We had to do all the masking and all that stuff. So that kind of sucked. But even as a participant of that, it was almost it was kind of interesting because when we would do our takes, I think it was the takes. I'm not a super actor. I was an extra, but when we were doing the rehearsals, we had to put our, let me see, I got some paper towel right here. We had to put our mask on during every single rehearsal, and then when they were actually doing the actual take, we would take our mask off and do the actual scene the exact same way. So at one particular point, we do our scene just like this with the mask on several different times. If we had to make mistakes, we take it off. But then during the real action, we take the mask off, and then we would do the same thing. So I would always think, and I would be amazed at the fact that all these people were around me. And I don't know if everybody believed or thought like I did or not, but it was just amazing to me that people, or maybe some people, actually thought that when you took this off, you're good, and when you take it off during the actual scene of the movie, I'm wondering whether or not they thought they were more safe, or does the virus take a break or something like that at that particular point. Just thought it was a weird deal. And even from the transportation, they had to transport us from multiple locations. But the weird thing with that was that they had these fleets of vans and everything. At one particular time, I think it was maybe some of the vans were like 15 passengers. You can't see my hands. 15 passenger vans, but they had 3 actors, or 3 of us on the van at one time. So we would be maybe 2 or 3 seats apart from each other. But then the weird thing is that we would get to the location and we'd sit right next to each other. So we'd be in a van sitting 3 rows apart, mask on, and then we'd go to location and sit right next to each other, or either be at a table. And with the tables, they had these dividers and everything. It didn't make sense. It was really ridiculous for adult people to walk around and think that they were being safe or protected by these cardboard, or I think they were plastic borders on the tables and things like that. But especially during the scenes when we would rehearse with the mask on multiple times, and then it was like when they say cut and do it for real, they take the mask off and be as close as you want it to be and do all the other, I guess, anti-COVID things. But this was in the name of Hollywood, I guess. So I guess it was probably worth the danger or the exposure when you are making money or making movies and things like that. But unless it was something that I was not aware of, unless, COVID takes a break, or maybe COVID had to put a mask on during the times when we were doing the actual scene. So I guess that might work, or if you spend it the right way. But either way, weird stuff. Let me see, was there anything else? I can't remember. The tables, the mask. But other than that, it was cool. I mean, I got to work with Don. I got to kick it with him and all that stuff. I got to ask Don if he says all that stuff or things like that, or whatever I say all the time. But either way, besides that, the movie, the movie set was cool. I mean, I got to drive some old cars. What did they call the 3-shift cars? Three in the tree is what they called it. I got to drive one of those because, or a couple of those, because I knew how to drive a stick. So they allowed me to drive one of the old cars in the movie. Actually, the last scene in the movie, the very last scene in the movie, I'm driving one of the 2 cars, driving to where we take Don Cheadle at the end of it, at the end of the movie. So all in all, good movie experience. I got to kick it and see some, you know, real big movie heads in there. Not George Duke, but Bill Duke, Don Cheadle, a couple of the other guys. That part was cool. But in terms of this whole logic and brainwashing and watching all of these people walk around, and I guess my only analogy would almost be like safe sex, like me having, I guess me practicing sex with the rubber off, with the rubber on, but then maybe when I wanted to have some real fun, I'd take it off all in the same scene or something like that. Yes, or if I knew somebody had something and I had the rubber, I don't know. It was just a weird thing with all these people doing the same thing, and they would yell, okay, take your mask off, put your mask right back on after the scene was over. So it was weird, but an experience nonetheless. All right, that's all I got, and if it makes sense to you, yep. This is pretty dope, filming on this shot for the No Sudden Move movie with Don Cheadle and a bunch of other people on Jefferson Road someplace, filming sneakily. But you guys will see the movie. It's pretty cool. All right, I'm out. So this is a actual first. I actually haven't had a full shave in a while, but I'm doing a backup role in some movie downtown, so it was called for, and they didn't even shoot my scene today, or I didn't even shoot a scene today. So got rid of all me hairs, me facial hair for just because reasons so far. So I don't know, it's a funny look. I'm not quite used to it. Feels really funny, but hey, it is what it is. All right, that's it. Faceless, or not faceless, hairless.